Alright. YouTube, it is Mark Nice here again. Wait, why the fuck is my HUD? My HUD always gets tiny. I don't know why. And let's turn off York's creepy little voices in the background. There we go. We're good, boys. I gotta get into that habit. We got some bird support. Ghost Legend.
Welcome to
He's about to hold it down. Whip it out, slam it on the table. Or he's about to sit in the bush. Alright, you're gonna get your nematodes, or whatever the fuck they're called. Your chimes. I called them 100 Games to Diamond Challenge. I called them meeps, the whole challenge. I was like, these fucking meeps. But they're definitely called chimes. So this dude needs to collect the chimes, and he needs to expect the chimes to be up soon. And go and fish for them. Get them. Find them. Find them and destroy them. Where are they? Do they not show up on a replay? I'm so confused. Where's this chimes at? They may not. They actually... Fuck, man. Where are they in this? This is like... Do they just not show up? Like, I want to flame this guy for not getting them. Where the fuck are they? Maybe they don't show up on the replay. I don't know. That's a different... I haven't ran into this before. Okay. Alright. Well, I have no idea where the fucking chimes are. Maybe he's... You know, maybe he's... What the fuck is he doing? Oh, yo. Hold up. First off, why isn't he helping? Yo, dog. You listen here and you listen good. Okay? If you're not gonna fucking... If you're not looking for some cock-swinging bard alpha male invade, which, by the way, you know, you probably would have figured out that they're not starting here, just by virtue of the fact that these guys show up in the lane early. There's a chime mid? I didn't see it. Don't lie to me, you fuckers. This here, like, when they show early and they show right in lane, then you know, everyone on the map, including this jungler, should know that, I mean, we started here, blue side. I like to do, on the 100 Games to Diamond stuff, I like to do a lot of invading and fucking around with the enemy jungler. It's a really good cheese strat. I'm assuming that this game is in silver gold range, like many of the replays are, and that is something that you can experiment with for sure. But yeah, if you're not going to do that, you need to help leash. Let me explain the concept of leashing, apparently, since it's foreign to this guy. Your jungler is your homie. He's on your team. And as shitty as he may be, even if he goes 0 and 1,000, you should at least be giving him damage early. First off, Bard's level 1 damage is pretty fucking high. Second off, you're giving him damage so that he not only clears faster, clears healthier. Alright? So, it is very important that if you're lingering around and you're not doing anything anyways... It's very important that you get the damage on to the camps. I know it sounds obvious. Some people don't understand. Some people just don't fucking know. There's so many things that people don't know for some reason that they don't know. So here, you're doing like what? So you're doing, oh, the half-leash bard strat. I see. I found one. A meep, or a fucking nematode, or whatever. Very strange open. Next time, just leash for the gromp and then get into lane. This also explains why the Jinx is low already. Oh, it doesn't explain why Jinx is low. Jinx shouldn't be getting low. Jinx needs to wait for you, but you are late to lane, so Jinx is going to get screwed a lot of the time because he's not going to wait for you, and he's just going to take free damage because he's going to try to get that XP. So now you show up in lane, you start smacking some minions. There we go. We're back. We're in tune now. We're in tune. All right. We're on board. We got the Bard support killing it. All right. I would start stepping back now. And this is the time. Remember, ninth minion means death in the bot lane level 2. If you're not pushing, this means death. So what's about to happen is if these guys are good at all, they're going to jump. LeBlanc is going to try to chain. Most likely is going to try to chain right away. So that means for you, The place that you're standing right now is already a little dangerous because of how low the Jinx is, but you can't really stop Jinx from getting chained. Alright? But yeah, it's about to happen right now without even seeing the replay. I can tell by the position, this is how it's going to go down. So here comes the chain. There it is. Chain comes out. And you dead. And you definitely dead. And you dead? Yeah, you dead. So, without watching the replay, I already knew that was going to happen to you. So, what does that tell you? What does that tell the YouTubes and the Twitches and the Ghost Legends out there? It starts way back here. It starts here, my man. You need to take the early levels. You need to take the early levels very, very seriously. And you need to take getting into lane very seriously. So here, you leash late. As a result, you arrive to lane late. Super late. There you go. You're like showing up. You're that guy. You're that guy that shows up to work with his hair like mine, with fucking, you know, just disheveled look on his face, not happy to be at work, like you know, you just can't wait. You just can't wait for the building to catch on fire, so you don't have to come to your job anymore. That's basically how you just played Bard this game. And your coworker over here, she isn't gonna date you now. She was kind of digging you until you didn't leash for your jungler. Now she's never gonna get with you, and now she's never gonna put out. And this is all on you. That's all on you, fam. You could have got that Jinx coochie, but now you're just a fluffy tribal with nothing in life to show for it. You see that? All because you didn't leash and show up in the lane on time. And then from there, I don't even know. I mean, I don't even know what else to tell you other than watch out, at least for the early game. I don't know what else to tell you other than watch out for the 9th minion, dude. The 9th minion. The 9th minion, dude. Here it is, right here again. This is where you're scared because that's gonna be that level 2. Also, you have another option. You can try to hit the 9th minion yourself and then balance out the trade a little bit. So you both turn level 2. Jinx might get chompers. You might be able to turn the fight if you exhaust right. You know, shit like that. However, Jinx is too low. Okay? So. But, you know, because you play it this way, you get screwed. You turn level 2, but the burst already came out. They engaged on you. And Jinx doesn't even... I mean, you're fucking... You're done. You're friend zoned. Just like that, dude. Just like that. It's over. No Jinx coochie for you. You screwed up, Bard. It's just... It's... Fuck... What the fuck? Oh my god. Dude. And if you were a company, you would be like Apple after they released that new iPhone without the headphone jack. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because that shit's fucking retarded, to be honest. Why would they have a headphone jack? You also don't have attack speed runes, evidently, because you're struggling. It looks like your attack speed's pretty slow. I'd take a peek at that. The attack speed runes are pretty important. Now, I'm really hammering this home, the early levels, because Bard is very, very much an early game champion, and you need to execute the early game right. Otherwise, you need to not play fucking Bard at all, actually. Bard is the Lee Sin of the bot lane supports, in my opinion. Except Bard is actually good at high elo, whereas Lee Sin is just dog shit right now. But yes, because of you starting so shitty early, you may as well be a fluffy tribal with nothing, because now you're just gonna get run over. Bard's squishier in general. He does well when he snowballs. There's just a lot of reasons why you need to be taking the early game much more seriously than you are right now. Additionally, when you show up in the lane, let's say like you show up in the lane on time, like you leash, and then your bot lane is here earlier because they didn't leash, you need to attack minions and try to delay that level 2 or keep pace with that level 2 power spike so you don't just get run over. Yepperino. So Jinx is alone. Is about to get bush camped. Jhin was very, very late coming back in the lane. Yikes. Close. Close, but no cigar that time. You got a huge wave here. You can definitely press up the aggression. It doesn't matter that you're behind. You have a huge wave to work off of. So there. This would be okay, but Jinx is not on the same page as you. And I'm torn here because I do want to see you stepping in and trying to poke with your Q, but mechanically you play it kind of clunky. You just kind of face tank the burst. What I'm wanting is I want you to, like, okay, I want you to poke, but I don't want you to just eat it. So here, you just face tank everything. Why not instead, you just can hover, I want to show you this shit. You can hover around here and try to hit a Q on LeBlanc. Or you want to make it so that when LeBlanc jumps to you, she has the potential of maybe missing or putting herself in a compromising position where you can bind her against the wall. But the way that you position here means that if she jumps to you, there's absolutely no risk of her getting stunned and no risk of you turning it. All right. So yeah, I think here I would play back at around this point. I'm fine with you stepping in and trying to poke a little bit. I don't mind that at all, actually, even though it looks really bad when you just get blown up. I still don't mind it because you do have a huge wave and you could very easily stun LeBlanc and turn it with Jinx like chain CC. So I don't really see any problem with this. My problem is the way that you move forward. You are just kind of autopiloting here. You're not really thinking about how the trade's going to look, and it is evidenced in your positioning. Also, there's no ward down. And you don't have any summoners down in bot lane. So you absolutely need to have a ward right at this point at river. Just so, you know, in the off chance that Amumu paths poorly, because once you sort of walked, like once you've committed to a gank or committed to a 2v2 and Amumu shows up, it doesn't matter if you have a ward, you're probably dead anyways. But thanks for the donation, man. It doesn't matter which way you path, at that point you're probably dead, but you at least need the vision to give your jungler a chance to like do something if you see some Mumu coming, because I mean maybe you can outplay it with a good tunnel, I don't know, but Jinx having no sums is super dangerous. So here, like I said, because you position so poorly, you basically allow them to just burst you down, whereas if you had stood here you would have been a lot safer. Now Jinx is going to get zoned off the farm and you guys are about to get poopied on. Poopied on. Real fucking good. So you're AFK for an hour and you're running around, chicken with your head cut off. First things first, when you play Bard, you can leave base faster by tunneling. You did have tunnel, so use it. Bard's mana costs aren't that bad, and you're leaving from base, so you get plenty of mana. Alright, so then when you leave base, make sure you come down here like this and practice it, and that will also help your Jinx get into lane faster. Bard allows his team lots of mobility, and even if you're feeding, you should be trying to use that mobility so you can feed faster, of course. But no, seriously, use that shit. Definitely try to last hit the minions if no one's there doing it. This might be the greatest Bard I've ever seen. This might be one of the sleeper OPs The hidden greats. One day, I'm telling you, after watching this, man, you're gonna be playing this lane better, and Jinx is gonna just want your body, dude. Just can't wait to lane with you. Alright, so you see LeBlanc. I actually like this. This actually looks pretty juicy. LeBlanc's not that fed. I don't know what the fuck that tunnel is. Good lord. Alright, don't know what that flash is. I don't know what this tunnel is. I don't know what's happening anymore. What is life? Can I go back in time? Okay. So let's start with the basics here. Alright. Okay, so LeBlanc is going to jump to you. Alright, but LeBlanc can't hunt or know you right now. That's ridiculous. She's not that fed yet. And she doesn't have the items to where she can kill you yet. Okay, so she jumps to you. Sweet. I'm on board with this fight. Why am I on board with this fight? Because Rek'Sai's right here. You know, there's a chance that a Mumu shows up for 3v3 that I don't like. But, you know, you're behind. You gotta take risks. And... you know, it happens, whatever. So this is fine. I don't mind this spot because it's a good position to be in. Now LeBlanc blows her burst on you and has no mana. Right? So for some reason, you path away. I don't know what you're scared of anymore because there's no threat of 100-0. So then after you've done this, Rek'Sai flashes in. For some reason, instead of just pathing to this point and tunneling over and trying to secure this kill with Rek'Sai, you do something that I can't even fathom. Which is you go to down here. Now, maybe you're just next gen. Maybe you actually have some sick awareness that you're trying to 2v1 this Jhin right quick. But, I just don't see it ever being better than just walking. You just saw LeBlanc blow everything. I don't see it ever being better than walking down here, tunneling, and trying to get something done. You have exhaust, so if there is a chance that you get blown up by LeBlanc, it ends right away. And LeBlanc doesn't have flash still. Alright? So, yeah. So you go down here, and let's focus on you now. Or we'll focus on both. So that's obviously a clone, so you don't even have to worry about that thing. It's not going to do anything to you. It does give you gold, though, so there's an argument for it. And then you just kind of let these guys reset. They were in a shitty position. Now they're in a decent position. And now you're roaming. Well, it's kind of cool that the kill happens, but I don't know, dude. I don't think you're really using the noggin there. So it would appear to me, where are you even going right now is what I want to know. And I don't know if you guys are duo. I don't even understand. Hold on. I gotta get this from the right perspective here. So you have no vision of Diana. You haven't seen a Mumu. You just pushed LeBlanc out. So you have a lane that you can potentially bully. You can potentially poke this guy for a little bit. And then you just start running up a river, though? Yikes, dude. So yeah, this might actually be a bronze replay. I can't tell. And I don't want to sound insulting to you, but you look like You are fresh out of the 30, the level 30 grind, dog. Which is fine. But, you know, if you're watching this video and you're actually like silver or gold or whatever and you're playing this bad, and you've played a lot, yikes. Yikes. I would say that what you really need to do is you like need to go into the basics here, because what this looks like to me is that you are literally just running around the map like you are running around the map like that dude, like that fucking, like Snowden, dude. That's what you're doing. You are just running around the map. You're like the guy that made fucking WikiLeaks. Look, you don't even know where you're going right now. Your ADC's getting dove, and you're getting nematodes in the river, and I can't even... I can't even begin. I can't even begin to grasp what's happened. And then you show up and you're just like, yeah, I'm gonna take all this farm. Thanks for playing. Yeah. Okay. Dude, it starts with the basics, man. I'm gonna watch a little bit more, but like you... It's like you are so far gone at this game. Or in this game. Like here you're roaming again for some reason, and then you just suicide. Like, I don't even know where you're going. You need to not even think about roaming until you figure out how to fucking lane. Yeah, they have that rate my bard site. That's what it was. They have the rate my bard site. I'm pretty sure if they rated your bard right now, it would not bode well. All right. So let me just say this as I'm backing up to the beginning, to the time where you still had a chance with your coworker Jinx at the office, when you could still spark up a conversation without her making a face like she just drank some spoiled milk. Before your team, a time before your team knew you as one of the worst bards they have ever played with. All right. The whole thing starts from the leash. Look, this guy was happy to be playing League until you showed up. Okay? Look. So, here you go. First things first, 140 is jungle leash time. If you're not invading anyone or not getting vision down, your ass needs to be here leashing. First off. And you need to get into lane quickly, expediently. Whatever this is awful. You don't leash a second camp. That's retarded. Okay? That's some retarded ass shit. You're gonna go down in the bot lane after leashing at 140. Think of it as like StarCraft when you do like build orders and opens, right? There's timing windows you gotta hit. And in League, you know, leashing the jungler is just like, if you're not gonna leash him, your ass better be at least sitting in the lane. Running around the map like a muppet, not doing anything, you're just completely throwing the game out of whack from moment one. All right. So you're throwing the game out of whack right here. Now, the reason why you're throwing it out of whack is because while you're dicking around and doing God knows what, and like I said, I hope for your sake that you are a more inexperienced player. But if you're not, well, then maybe let me lead into this next discussion point, which is, do you really want to do something 1,000 times over and be this bad at it? Do you really want to go through your day to day, look back on the hundreds of thousands of hours that you've done this. And by the way, your experience or your lack thereof experience or your inability to improve, let's say that you've played a fuck ton. Do you really want to look back 1,000 games later or 1,000 hours later and still be pissing off people that, by and large, the majority of the people that you've been pissing off over the years have all been passing you and getting better at you, or getting better than you, and being, in general, this is a team game and it's competitive. So like, when they see you sucking it up, the grand majority of the people aren't gonna like you, and they're not gonna. No one's gonna want to talk shop. No one's gonna want to talk league with you, because every time you talk about league, you're just a noob, and everything you say is just sad. Like, I know it's a game, and I know it's meant to be fun, but like, you gotta have some pride, dude. Gotta have the pride. So when it comes down to like the basic fundamentals, you should be nailing this shit by now, okay? And yeah, and I think people would be reporting you, even though they probably wouldn't get, you probably wouldn't get banned, because Riot doesn't care about competitive shit at all. They would just be like, he's having a bad game. And it's like, he's played like 1,000 games and he still doesn't know how to leash the jungle. Okay? If that's you, and you aren't just inexperienced, this is why we do this, baby. This is why we get you through this. End rant. Alright? So now, you show up to lane late. Remember, when you're in lane, and, you know, in this case, even showing up to lane on time, you might have been getting pushed into anyways. But the core thing to remember is that the bot lane is just a mini game, early levels for who gets level 2 first. If you spike level 2 first and you're clearly going to have level 2 safely, then you press your advantage, try to poke them down a little bit, and then you push the turret, ward out, and then you're on the offensive for most of the lane phase. And then it becomes a game of be aggressive, but at the same time dodge the ganks that could show up. And what happens here is you are so behind in the minigame here that you immediately just fall. This is like, everybody that's ever gonna face you, you are just free fucking sushi, dude. You are a tasty, furry snack. And it's right here. This is where I am walking forward at this minion. This is where I am walking forward. I'm positioning right into this brush, and I'm gonna force an engage on you or Jinx right away. And sure enough, the guy does just that. He walks forward. He turns level 2. I don't know if he's smurfing. I have no idea. But even if he isn't, this is such an easy concept. It's so simple, and it's so like, even if he trades horribly, it's gonna go in his favor, right? So here we go. You walk in, for some reason you're not backing down, even though they were clearly going to be level 2 before you, and then you just get engaged on because you're squishy poke support that relies on poke damage and stuns, not like a hard engage, okay? Only a hard engage with your ult. So as a result, you get blown up, you die, Jinx hates you, your team's calling you a troll, whatever, and then for the rest of the game, you do whatever this shit is, where you're just running around feeding. You're 0-6 at this point. You're dead when I scrolled forward, but you're just running around. Don't even know where you're going half the time, and you're never gonna win trades because you didn't take the lane seriously enough. I could just speed through this, just running around, no idea where you're going. See this shit? It's like a montage. It's almost like you are legitimately finding the fastest. It's like the fastest ways that you can die. When it's in fast forward, it really hammers home It really hammers home the frequency at which you autopilot. Doesn't it? I think we're done here. So yeah, dude, it's all on you. This type of replay, it's inevitable that we get these types of replays. Because, you know, because of the nature of this. And it seems like this wasn't the guy who submitted the replays. It was somebody else submitting for you or whatever it was. So you didn't really ask for this. And I mean, maybe you do want to know how to get better. I don't know, but I'm just gonna go back to my original talk on yes, people play games for fun. Just keep in mind that League of Legends is inherently a team game, in which when you join, people on your team are expecting you to pull some resemblance of your weight. And yeah, not everyone's great, but when you look back and you have thousands of hours of playing League of Legends and you are playing this bad, I wouldn't care. I wouldn't point it out to you if it wasn't a team game. I'm just going to say that playing based on this replay, if I had you in one of my games doing this, I would be like, man, can you at least give me something here? Okay. So it's all good, man. It's all good. It's all on what you want to do, but it's like, it's just one of those things, you know, you can be that guy that doesn't hold the door for people and just slam. You can be the guy that doesn't hold the door for people and people won't, you know, it's just like it's a perfect league analogy. You could be that league player, you know, he helps sometimes. He may not hold the door for you, but he helps sometimes. Right. And he's useful. He's not flicking fucking boogers at you when you're coming through the door. He's not slamming the door in your face. He's not calling you a big-titted bitch as you're walking into the office. But what I see when you play Bard is the equivalent, even though you're not doing it intentionally, even though you're not trying to be an asshole, every person on your team is probably thinking, why is this guy doing this in my game? Why does he hate me so much? That's what they're thinking. I can assure you. Why is he just, every time he spawns, just dying over and over again? And if this is something that you do constantly, maybe single player game. Or maybe bot game. That's all. Still holding the door for Harambe. Yeah, I don't know, man. That's my thoughts. I gave you some stuff that you can actually work on. I know that, you know, the ranty, the preachy life coach stuff, some people may get offended, but that's just how I feel about it. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Dude, just work on, like, getting the basics down. Stop trying to roam and do fancy shit. The game is much more chill than whatever the fuck you're trying to do. Just get just focus on the basics, dog, and you'll get better. All right, I love all y'all. Thank you for watching this FF at $20 replay review. Yeah, and if you like this video, you know what to do. I'm out. Peace, cracks. All that new slate is dope. Oh, that's dope.